Hello BookTube, it's Ben here from the History Fella channel. First of all, if you haven't watched the video I did during the week, I apologise. I've had a shave, taken off most of the beard, certainly all the long stuff, and now as you can see I'm looking a bit weird and odd, and I seem to have developed a thing called a neck, which is all very strange, especially when you've had a beard or a big beard for a while now. But anyway, that's my apology for the week. Also, you might have noticed that this new video is called Bits and Pieces. It's going to replace the Saturday Smash, basically because I'm going to use it like a video to sum up various bits that have happened during the week. Things like, what books I've had in, what I'm currently reading, that sort of thing, and anything that's related to books really. So today I thought I've got some new books that have arrived this morning. Going to let you know what I'm currently reading and what possible future videos might be putting up. And then I've got some websites for those who are interested in like history lectures, that sort of thing. So hold out to near the end for those. So anyway, let's get on. Books I've had in this week. First one is from Casemate Books, and it's called The Cornfield. It's one of those shiny covers, so I'll try and get it at the best angle anyway. That's The Cornfield, which is Antietam's Bloody Turning Point, written by David A. Welker. That's published by Casemate Publishers, and it's 30 UK pounds and 34 US dollars. And this is one of those books where you get it and it just feels like it's going to be a good book. At the dawn on September the 17th, 1862, David Miller's peaceful farmland was the location for the opening scene of a battle to determine a nation's fate, in which 22,000 men became casualties on America's single bloodiest day. Here, Lee's resolve to preserve his Maryland campaign first clashed with McClellan's stubborn determination to end that campaign by implementing his own carefully crafted battle plan. This is a story of human struggle against fearful odds, of men seeking to do their duty, or simply trying to survive in a contest which had implications that echoed decisively throughout the Antietam's other actions and reverberated beyond the close of fighting that evening. This is The Cornfield, and as I said, it's a great book. When you flick through the pictures, it looks there's many maps and diagrams, but it just looks seriously heavy with text, and it looks really good. And personally, in my opinion, I think the book cover looks fantastic too. So that's The Cornfield by Casemate Books, and thank you very much to Sarah from Casemate for sending me that one. Next, I've got half a dozen pen and sword books sent to me by Rosie. And here we have Captured Behind Japanese Lines with Wingate's Chindits, Burma 1942 to 45, and that's written by Daniel Burke and published by Pen and Sword Books. And this one looks really good. It's not a huge book, but you quite often find that you don't need to have a huge book to have all the information and the relevant information. And of course, just got a waft of that lovely new book smell. So there we go. I'm looking forward to that one. Next we've got True Crime, which is the Brighton Police Scandal by Dick Kirby. A story of corruption, intimidation and violence. I've read quite a few of Dick Kirby's books. Well, maybe 2 or 3. But he writes a lot on true crime. And he does like all the things that have gone wrong in British policing that he'll write about them. And he's a really good writer. Really detailed, really analytical. And you kind of know you're going to get a good read when you read one of his books, and that's the Brighton Police Scandal. Next one is one of my favourite ones because it's from a series, and I absolutely love this series. This is Brighton at War, 1939 to 45, and that's written by Douglas Deano, and this is from the Your Towns and Cities in World War II series, and it's a fantastic book. It basically gives you, in this book obviously it's about Brighton, but it gives you a local history about that particular town during World War II, and you get a few mentions of what's happening internationally or abroad, but each book concentrates mainly on the local news, what's affecting the town, what's going on, what's happening, what events, or the rules they're having to follow and that sort of thing. And although they get different authors to write the books, they're always fantastic, and because they've been written by local historians and professors, and they clearly know what they're writing about, and they're always a good book. And I think this is about the 10th or 11th book in the series, and they're always fantastic. I can't recommend these ones highly enough. And they're published by Pen and Sword Books, and this one is a soft cover. Is $16.99 or $34 in US. Right, the next one is a slightly odd one, but it's a good one. I've read the tea one, but this is a dark history of chocolate, written by Emma Kay. Published by Pen and Sword Books, and this is $19.99. They're really good books, and basically it gives you the history of this one's dark chocolate, but it'll tell you all about where it originates, where they get all the ingredients from, all the things that have gone on in relation to chocolate over the years. But they're always a good read, and I remember the one about tea. I learnt a lot from that one as well. Right, and the last book I've had in this week is called United States Tanks and Tank Destroyers, written by Michael Green. US Tanks and Tank Destroyers of the Second World War. That's £25, and that's published by Pen and Sword Books. It looks a great book. It looks like it's a very it's written in chunks, and then you've got various pictures of the machinery and the vehicles. But it looks really interesting, and I'll show you a couple of pictures there. Let's see if I can open it on another page with pictures. And get rid of the card. There we go. obviously it's specific to US tanks that were used in the Second World War, and that looks a good read too. So they're all the books I've had in this week. What have I been reading this week? Before I get onto that, if you haven't already given the video a thumbs up, please feel free to do so if you haven't already. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please make sure you do at the little red logo in the corner of the screen, and you'll get informed of loads of more videos about books and history. But what have I been reading this week then? You might have known I had a little poll on which book to start reading now, because I had some that I'd been holding on to for a while. And the one that won out was this one, The Battle of the Wilderness, May the 5th and 6th, 1864, written by Gordon C. Rea. And that's published by Louisiana State University. To be honest, I've only read the first chapter in this one so far, but it's really good. It's very precise and very comprehensive, and that's just really in the first chapter. I've also been reading a book about the usurpers, kings and queens of Britain that were made king and queen, but were not necessarily in line for that position. So it's about those kings and queens that have got into power by various other means, and halfway through that, and that's published by Pen and Sword Books, and I shall probably do a book video review on that. I've also been reading Pegasus Bridge. I'm a few chapters into that, by Stephen Ambrose. That's quite good. It's about the Battle of Arnhem during World War II. And I've also been reading Power and Thrones by Dan Jones, which is his new book out, which looks at civilizations in sort of the medieval period, from all around the world. So far I've read about the Romans and the Goths, and the other one that escapes me, it wasn't Germanic. Anyway, I'm about 3 or 4 chapters into that, and that's really good, that book. Learning more about civilizations around the world, and particularly how they affected Britain. So that's an excellent book. Right then, I found this week a couple of websites that might interest some of you. One's called it's called eventbrite.com, eventbrite.com. Basically it's a website company where it books talks and lectures on various aspects of history and lots of other subjects, and you can sign up for free. Most of the lectures that I've found and been signing up for have been free. Some of them require a donation or a small fee, but it's really interesting, quite informative, and the talks are given by university professors, college lecturers, authors, and it is really interesting. And if you like a particular subject, it's bound to be on that website. And the other one I've found is called historycamp.com, which particularly looks at history books and the authors who have written about them. And on there is a series of talks. They're all free. You can either book and watch them live, or you can watch them where they've been recorded, and you can go back and look through their library or catalogue of various talks and simply watch them at your leisure. And there are some really interesting books, and I've noticed that there's one that has come up that might interest a few people who watch this channel. That's Kent Masterson Brown, who wrote Meade at Gettysburg, A Study in Command. He's given a talk 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on the 11th of November. So if you want a book up in advance, or put that in your diary to remember to watch. But there's lots of others, especially this site particularly concentrates on American history, right from the beginning up to today, on various aspects. There's quite a lot of Civil War, black history, ethnic history, slavery, lots of political, you name it, it's on there. And if it's about if it involves America, it'll be on that website. So that's called historycamp.com. I shall leave a note or a link below this video. Maybe you've watched some of the videos already. Let me know what you thought of them below in the comments. And if you like any of the books that I've revealed today, or you've read some of the books that I'm reading, let me know what you thought of them, whether they were any good or whether they appealed to you. But thank you very much for watching. I shall see you in a few days for another video. If you wouldn't mind giving this video a like if you've enjoyed it, it all helps. And please remember to subscribe to the channel. And I shall see you all very soon. Make sure you all keep well, and make sure you're all being happy. So thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you soon.